Well, you know about the moon, if you look up at it, you know all I'm doing is flowing to a beat that I got. You're in the same space in a way, even if you're worlds away, because that's what I did in England. I always say, look up at the moon, and we know we're kind of connected. Flowing to a beat that I got to get me down the streets. You're a little homesick. Yes, there is only one. Get me down the streets, you see, it's kind of... Today is February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. And guess what? We made it. The following is my 14th homeless advocacy, which was super successful because this person was, well, introduced to me by the board of directors because they kept saying people in the homeless keep stealing. And I knew that wasn't true because there's one homeless person. They kept saying, the bear bag, the bear bag. I had no idea. I would not even have been, I guess, prompted? Anyway, I would not have noticed this individual because I didn't walk through the park during the field renovation. Oh, Parkside stolen. So that's a lot. Let's look at the dates. I mean, that's a lot, right? That's a lot. Because with all the fencing, there's a lot of stuff going on. I had seen like drugs live and I was like, oh my gosh. It was intense. People were peeing and pooping until I showed them photos. They finally responded. That's the Chicago Parks District. Thanks, guys. Well, the park would tell me, what's going on with this? It's junky. Why don't we get the same thing as any other person gets? So the park and the playground, which would have been the symbol for equality in special education in Chicago, which would have removed the school. And that's what I told the Chicago Parks District, because what I was doing was making it better, moving on through the trauma and, you know, done with it. But also, how do I make it better? How do I remove that trauma from before and focus on this and say, wow, thank you to the city of Chicago. But it didn't happen. People just kept doing the same behavior. All right, the next thing you're going to hear and see is me talking about chronic pain and the strategies that have helped and the individuals, companies, charities, etc. that have harmed. Thank you. It's concrete, not abstract. Everything has got to be met with facts. That's evidence.
Hey everyone, so I'm going to be talking about chronic pain and strategies as I go up and down the stairs because that is the chronic pain uptick happening live, L-I-V-E, live. So that is why, whoa, we are going to go yellow, excuse me. That's me fumbling with fine motor. But yes, really obnoxious, but that's the point. You have to be able to share your chronic pain with someone who's safe. Otherwise it will not go away. Ow, 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 I found it. The facet joint. So I'm going to show it so I remember and document. It's right here at my hip. Okay. Where the pocket is. The leg has to be out, and does it help if I rotate it? I don't know. This is part of the Revi PT. But instead we had to talk about the dogs and the vacations. Why isn't massage in the first notes? Maybe I read it wrong, but I just need to know that massage, that was what was helping in my search for the myofascial massage. Otherwise it will not go away. Ow, 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 I found it. The facet joint. So I'm going to show it so I remember and document. It's right here at my hip. The leg has to be out, and does it help if I rotate it? I don't know. This is part of the Revi PT. But instead we had to talk about the dogs and the vacation. Thank you so much. You've changed my life. You are a part of my life. These therapists, they're individuals in the healthcare positions of power in this program. Break up the noise. Break up the noise. And how lucky am I? I can be converted back to that mountain by the Lake District in an instant. From Mexico. Or Pride. Deep inside. Like I stated a long time ago. Let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning. First time I got out. The wind, the snow. Yucks. Touched it wrong. Oh no. So it's at the very beginning then. Really? Like I've always said, if you get the opportunity, go back to Pride. To go. Because that's the first selfie. That's the first selfie. Chicago. Selfie. You must get out. So I felt cut in half. Chicago. So some time has passed and the adrenaline is gone. So now I'm going to look at what was created because I'm back in the moment. And yet when the adrenaline came up, all the noise of racist institutions like hospitals, legal systems, the school system, even the union in Chicago, as well as experiences from, well, my past, living in an area where people were treated differently because of their skin color, and then people making assumptions and comments about me because I'm Asian. So race topic, and you hit all of it. Let's begin.
I have all these accounts on X, but they were created as containers for whatever was bubbling up. Now the trick is to memorize it, so I'm testing myself as I add the accounts. Because I have a new old phone. I only say that because I had this phone. It's a mini. Just use it as an external hard drive as I teach myself stuff. So let's see. I remember it. Sharing it all, because I wanted to remind myself that I'm going to be sharing it all. And who's sharing it all? Well, that's Neppy. Neppy's on there because of the animal abuse. So I walked by Rever Grill, had the memory pop up. This time I could stay there in the memory. And I was with someone who pointed it out, and I said, yeah, and there was nothing. So I'm ahead of it, which means you can write it now. It's not the right password. Okay, sharing. And passwords, because this person gave me the tips for the passwords. And even the passwords they put into the Wi-Fi at multiple people's places, because they were the tech experts, because we didn't know how to, converse. They were uncomfortable. So we talked about things they wanted to talk about, which is to go back. I gotta go challenge myself now. Like I said, this is the test, life. So Weber Grill, I'm gonna find the account that has that and put it there and write that scene. Because it was the first indicator that, wow, you aren't honest, or what is this? Maybe it's just a little bit of dishonesty, but how much is too much? Why do we make these concessions? How do we know what's a real red flag? These are the questions I'd like to answer in the piece, Dating, Mating, and Relating. Still working on it, and that's patient relations at Northwestern Memorial Hospital. Don't forget, every time I say it.
Non-consent trauma, so they just keep violating.
I'm thinking of them, and this is what was transformed. Long shot. First word learned, vocabulary film. Told to me by, we'll just say, the city of Brooklyn, New York. Look, a welder! Sam? I used to weld in college, actually. Yes. First word, long shot. The slimy sandwiches at the Mission. That's the symbol that was on the sandwiches, right? Yeah. This was the spot that we walked to. How far is that to my house that we walked to in silence for this person to come up with their excuse about their childhood trauma? I am so done with this. Oh yeah, Weber Grill.
Down here. All the way down.
Again, this is one of the places I used to write in. It's a little secret little place. Let's see if it's still there. I know I'm obsessed with little areas that are kind of private and away from people.
Yeah, this is away from people.
But it's near people, and I used to write over there, literally next to the fireplace, but they have it roped off. They used to have National Geographic here, the magazine. And it just, yeah, it just was a great place that I found. Revisit, and again, the old spot. So look, and thought, I'll come back here and do some writing, So look, this is hashtagging. This is hashtagging, right? Exactly where I put it. That looks like someone I know. Yup, I know that. I don't see it. Old tiny. Well, let's see if it's still there. To really secure it to memory. Hey, it's an old school tagging. Nope, we're just tagging. And we'll go over here. Yeah. Now I got it right, otherwise it doesn't really work. Alright, awesome. We did it! What you do is use Google and new school hashtag. Well, I'll have to come back and do another one. Now I got it right, otherwise it doesn't really work. They closed it off. It's just the same thing. And then I'm tapping this. Tap it, don't push it. On that one, I can print all this for you. 111, excuse me, 111. This is not spiritual. It's an address. And I guess, a prompting event. So I cannot go through life without having the numbers 111, or let's just say the color orange. Not working on beets with beet down and then the food beets, because I cooked with beets a lot to remove the physical assault without really having to talk about it. It was a nonverbal way of dealing with it. Okie dokie artichoke.